You are listening to Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people.
Welcome back to Raw and Uncut with me, Ubusiswa M, the hostess with the mostest, the baddest to ever do it on Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people. Damn, I hope everyone is doing good and everyone is in high spirits as we are slowly but surely approaching festive season. December times, baby. We're in November right now, but slowly approaching the end of November in like 2 weeks or so, or 3 if I'm not mistaken, but December times are on the way. I hope everyone is going to be safe and I hope everyone is going to enjoy their times this December. I know I always come on here and speak about controversial topics that make you think, topics that make you say, do you get what I mean? But that's what Raw and Uncut is all about. We are all about raw and uncut. And today I'm going to be speaking about life after matric, life after high school. Basically, as you all know, the matrics of 2022 are writing their finals. And obviously, after finishing writing their papers and everything, that's going to be the question. What happens after here? What happens now? Because not all of us have the same journey. So let's unpack and get into it. We'll see what really happens after matric, So if you really enjoy the topic and if you really like it, please do stay tuned. Do not move. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show.
You are listening to Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people.
Let's really get straight into it and really unpack what is life after matric. When you're matric year or while you're still in high school, personally, I always had that thought that, after I finish matric, I'm going to live my best life, do my own things. I don't have to worry about school anymore. And all those stresses that come with high school, wearing uniform. I think the one thing that I was excited about was not wearing uniform anymore. That was the one thing that I was excited about because uniform guys, ironing, washing every day. You must always be on point. Teachers give you ham about how your uniform looks, and all that stuff. I think one thing for me, speaking from personal experiences, I think one thing for me that stood out was like, after high school, I can start doing my own things. Maybe my parents are going to be more lenient on me because I'm 18 now. I can do whatever I want to do. Do you get what I mean? I think I looked forward to the freedom, basically. I looked forward to the freedom that I'm going to have. I looked forward to going to university, living my best life, partying, doing this and doing that. I'm not having a care in the world, basically. But now that I'm here and now that I'm in it, I'm in a whole different space. I'm in a whole different mood. And life after high school, I didn't think it was going to be as serious as it is right now. I actually remember my high school days. I actually wish I could go back. I actually wish I could turn back time and do the right thing, man. But yeah, I wish I could go back and just give myself some pep talks. You know what? Don't do certain things. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just stay focused on your books. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm derailing. But in high school, I don't think we're really educated about life after high school to a certain extent. We are educated, but to a certain extent. But we're not told like what actually happens. We're not told, Ubuti, when you get out of high school, you're gonna start adulting. You're basically a young adult. This is what's going to happen. Not everything is gonna be like your high school days, which is scary. Life after high school is scary. Like, it is scary, I tell you. I've gone through so much in the past 4 years, and I'm like, damn, I actually miss my high school days. But back in high school, I was like, damn, I need freedom. I need to be out of here ASAP, no Rocky. But things are just so surreal. Do you get what I mean? Like, moving out of high school and going into, I feel like when you move out of high school, you're going into the real world. That's where things are starting to be surreal. That's where you start seeing life. That's where you start living. Let me put it like that. Like, life after high school is where you start living and where you start seeing the world as raw as it is. Because now you need to take your life in your own hands. In high school it was also in your hands, but now everything's like on your shoulders. Like, I need to do this, and this. Like, damn, you're getting older every year. Like, time just flies by. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I think one conversation that I keep having, and a conversation that has been constant these past 4 years that I've been out of high school, is how has life been treating you? Like, reality versus the expectations that you had whilst you were still in high school. Like, seeing people out of high school, like, and now you're the one who's out of high school. That's the conversation that I constantly keep having, no matter where I go, no matter where I am. So I asked a few of my friends and a few of the people that I know to just share a bit of their experiences of how life after high school has been for them. So please do listen and see if anything relates with you.
You are listening to Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people.
All right, so life after high school, I think it has two sides, where you're happy and excited of going out of high school. What's next, growing up, so you're excited about that. Yet we also have this depressing side where everything is just not coming together. So we all had a vision that after high school, I'm going to varsity. Once I'm done with varsity, I'm going to work, and stuff. So you've planned out your life. And when that's not happening, you're there asking yourself, well, what is going on, And I think the reason why most teenagers and young adults are going through depression is because no one has ever sat us down and told us, okay, you're going out of high school, this is what's going to happen, So you don't know anything. You're just facing the situation and you don't know how to actually react to the situation. No one's there to actually tell you that, okay, this is fine. You're going to go through it. You're going to go this, and that, So I think we're more depressed because life is just not going our way, and we've got to fight for our life, and we all want to be independent at the same time. So that's actually hard too. So it's just been a depressing phase for me, mostly very depressing. But I guess we live with it. And we're able to tell the other young fellas that are coming out of school that this is it. If this happens, then don't stress about it. You'll get your way out. But we didn't have anyone who actually told us that if this happens to you, then it's fine. You'll get over it. You'll be okay. So I think for me, it's been quite depressing because life was just not going my way. And at some point I was like, what is going on? But until I figured out everything, and then I saw that, okay, it's not that I'm not like the others, it's just that I just have a different journey. And yeah, so we live, guys. We live.
After matric has been physically, mentally, emotionally draining. A phase where I've been so mentally ill because of the academic stresses, and other life things that we go through as young adults after matric. So that's why I suggest that we should have practical applications of the knowledge that we are taught in high school in order to face life after matric, But all in all, we have managed, and we have tried to settle down after matric, But it's very hard, I won't lie, as a young adult, trying to find our ways, But it has been manageable. We've tried to surpass everything, But it's been okay. It's been okay, but it was really hard. So yeah, thank you.
You are listening to Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people.
Thank you to everyone who shared their experiences about life after high school. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and sharing how life after high school has treated you. And I think one thing that's common in all the conversations that I've been having about how's life after high school, how's life been treating you, there is a positive to it. There is obviously people who have been really positive and who really love the experience after high school. But majority of the people that I talk to, whether it's friends, colleagues that I've gained throughout the years, and just people in general, is always a negative side. Like, there is always a negative side to it. Most people are like, they've gotten into a deep depression, or they have anxiety, which I could also attest to, because after high school, everything gets so real so quick. How did I get here? Like, how did things become so real so quick? And with me, I love putting my own life on my show to just be more authentic and more real, so I can speak about an experience that I've experienced. I think for me, life after a high school has been, like, I even need a deep breath for this. It's hell in there, it's horror. You need to be a certain type of person, because wow, did you go through? And I can cool. I always have this constant fear that I'm not doing enough. I always have this constant fear, like, looking at other people's progressions, especially my age mates. I'm like, damn, okay, she's graduated. I'm like, oh, I'm still in school. And I just get like anxiety. I get panic attacks. I'm like, yo, what am I doing? I see other people, my age mates, they're doing this and that. They have businesses, traveling. I'm like, I'm still here, looking at my progression, and I'm like, what's happening? And I think that's one setback. That's one thing that's a setback for me. I look at other people's progressions, and I project that onto myself. Just thinking about all the dreams that she had during high school, just looking at all the things that I wrote down, that by this age, by when I'm 21, I'll have this and this and this, I'll graduated by then, working on this and working on that, and just looking back on that, I'm like, I'm not there yet. When am I getting there? Forgetting that life is a journey, and your journey is not gonna be like the next person's journey. Don't rush yourself. Take time, But I think that's the one thing that I've been suffering with, the progression, that, like, I'm gonna be 21 and I don't know where I'm heading. Like, I have plans, but I'm getting there so slowly, and it's making me so anxious, and I'm still going to continue speaking about the conversations that I've been having, because I always have conversations with people. I'm a chatty person, and I love having a conversation that's going to be fruitful to me. I had a conversation with my friend once, and I was like, I feel like I'm not going anywhere. Like, in high school, I was such a bubbly person, such a talkative person. I'd be like, you know what? By this age, now I'll be here, doing this. I was the one girl that you'd be like, like, if my classmates were to be like, like, what do you think Boosie's doing now? They'd be like, yo, Boosie is an actor, she's a radio presenter doing this and that and that and that, which I kind of am. My podcast on Downtown Radio. I'm heading somewhere, but if it asks my classmates, like, what is Boosie doing now? Nah, surely Boosie is abroad now, acting on big movies, big personality, big this, big that. Because I was such an outspoken person. I knew what I wanted. I was like, I can get this, I can bag this no matter what. But after high school, bam, realization hits. Realization hit. I felt like I was cornered. I don't know if most people can agree with me, but after high school, I just felt so cornered. I was like, okay, where to from here? Where do I go from here now? Like, everything is just so different now. I'm going into a space where I've never been. It's a new leaf, a new chapter in my book. Bit scared, bit anxious. Is it gonna be fruitful to me? Am I gonna be happy? I think that's the one thing. Like, I ask myself, like, am I gonna be happy? Which I am, but deep down, subconsciously, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You are listening to Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people.
Please do hit us up on our social media platforms. On Twitter and TikTok, it's at _Downtown Radio. On Facebook, it's Downtown Radio. And on Instagram, it's _Downtown Radio. To just let me know what you think. Give a comment there and tell me, how has life after high school been for you? What are my listeners going through? Like, what's life after high school for my listeners? Just please do that as we go on a quick ad break. But I promise you it won't be long. It'll be short, and I'll be back after a few minutes. You're back again with me, Ubusiswa M, on Raw and Uncut on Downtown Radio. We are still at it. We are still speaking about life after high school. I'm still sharing my personal experiences, and I'm still sharing what my friends, colleagues, and people around me have been experiencing as well. So I want to get into, I think, the self-introspection parts. Like, after you leave high school and you're just like, damn, okay, like, what's happening now? Like, what am I going to do now? I think when you step into that phase, I think it's very important for you to just do a bit of a self-introspection. That's the one thing that worked for me. Self-introspection. Okay, I'm out of high school now. I'm a matriculant. Okay, bet. Okay, cool. Sit down with yourself and talk with yourself. These are my plans. What do I want to do? Speak to people. Speak to your parents. What is advisable now? Obviously, when you're in high school, when you're in matric, you are advised, Uguti, you should apply to universities, your NSFIRST, and your everything. But not all of us are meant for university. I'm not saying that university is not good or whatnot. That's not what I'm saying. But there also are different ventures that you can go into, the entrepreneurial side, starting your own thing, starting your own business. And I think that's something that you really need to sit down and do a self-introspection on. What am I doing after high school? Like, will I take a gap year? Will I go to university? Will I try to start up my own thing? And whatnot. For me, I'd say this is, for me, personally, what I think and what worked for me. I think taking a gap year really made me think, okay, what do I really want, and what do I really want to study? Because I think that's one thing that I had troubles with, that I had a very, very big problem with. I really didn't know what I wanted to study, because I wanted to get into the arts. Obviously, like I'm an arts person. I wanted to get into the arts, but the more I look on it, the more people talk, and I talk to my parents, they're like, what are you going to do with a Bachelor of Arts and Media? What are you going to do? Like, the industry is so hard. Tapping into the industry is so hard, and you're going to battle, like, you know, you're going to be one of those actors that are struggling and everything. And that really, like, took a toll on me. That really set me back a bit, you know. And I think that's one thing with, like, people around us. There's such an influence on us and what we do, you know. So that's why I decided to take a gap year and really have a self-introspection with myself. What is it that I want to do? Because there are a lot of things that you can get into. Entrepreneurship is also one of them as well. Start up your own thing, or just take a gap year to take a breather, to just do woosa, just take a break from the books. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like the narrative around a gap year, I think, has also gotten better during the years. But like back then, like if you take a back year, people are going to be like, oh, you didn't get accepted to a varsity, your marks weren't good or whatnot. But I think people have opened up about taking a gap year. Because you can learn a lot from that gap year. You can really do a lot in that gap year. To actually just sit with yourself and just maybe understand yourself better as a human, well, not as a human being, but as an individual, just after high school, and just getting to know yourself and just taking that breather, just a little bit of a breather, nyana, would not kill anyone. So I'd say if you feel like you want to take a gap year, to all my matriculants of 2022, if you want to take a breather, do so. Gladly take a gap year, and just have a self-introspection. Sit down with yourself and talk with yourself. What do I want to do? What is it that I want to do? Do your research, and do everything that you need to do in that gap year, you know. For many young people with learning and thinking differences, high school may be a struggle. But I hate that there's this common disbelief that a traditional 4-year college is the only career path after high school. However, there are many other paths that can lead to a happy and meaningful life. Like I did speak on entrepreneurship. I know a lot of people who have an entrepreneurial mindset. Like they don't want to be boxed in. How, not that saying universities or like colleges box us in, but some people are like very entrepreneurial, and that common disbelief, yoguti, oh, after high school you need to go to university, you need to go to college, you need to, like, this is what you do, then work, then you die, then what, you know. But one thing I can say, I feel like we will always remain as students in life, learning every day from different people, different experiences, and different things that we go through as people, as we grow up, as we learn about life, as we walk through this journey. And before I end, this podcast is coming to an end, I just wanted to say, we have our close friends, and this is going out to all my matriculants right now. This is for you guys. You have your close friends now. After school, you guys will all be on your own journey to start another chapter in your life. It's all a part of growing up and dealing with challenges of life on your own. I think that's the one thing that really scared me, like dealing with life challenges on my own, because now it's me. What do I do now? I'm no more in a high school. It's no more chilled vibes. It's no more, I'm cruising. This is where life gets realistic. This is where you are thrown into the deep end. And it's basically a swim or drown. Are you going to swim or are you going to drown? And which can get very tricky and which can get very depressing. As I said, you could be very depressed. It could lead to anxiety and all of those things that we deal with as the current generation of today. But the friends you make now, or personally the friends that I've made, have been my own chosen family. We have responsibility towards ourselves and towards our families, Now you have this greater responsibility that your life is in your hands, basically. What you do from now is all up to you. Everything lies in your hands. And I think back in high school when they told us that, life after high school is no joke. Personally, I found it funny because I was like, how is it not fun? That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now. Me being in matric 4 years ago, I was like, that's the only thing I'm thinking about, the freedom that I'm going to have. I'm going to be so happy. Like, I'm going to be in my elements, basically. But looking at it now and looking at it back then, I'm like, oh, now I understand what our teachers are saying. Now I understand what everybody was saying. But, man, life is a culmination of many peaks and valleys. And everyone we meet in our journeys, as I said, everyone's journey is different, has something to teach us. So all I have to say is, to all the matrics, you'll never be this free and relaxed where you only get to study, eat, play, without anything to worry about. So I'd like to say good luck on all my matriculants. Good luck on your exams. Saying matriculants to all my matrics. Good luck on your exams. And I hope everything that you were wishing and everything that you were hoping for, life after high school, is everything that you imagined it. And take it slow, guys. Take it slow. I'm still taking it slow after 4 years of being out of a high school. But I'm still taking it slow. I'm still going through my journey. I'm still trying to navigate and live through this life. But yeah, man, never give up. Trust in God and always keep a smile. And that's from me, Ubusiswa M, the baddest to do it on Downtown Radio, the hostess with the mostest. We have come to an end of our show, Raw and Uncut. But before you go, don't forget to follow us on our social media pages on Twitter and TikTok. It's @_Downtown Radio. On Facebook, it's _Downtown Radio. And Instagram, it's _Downtown Radio. Comment, like, share our post. Do the most, man. I love you guys.
You are listening to Downtown Radio, the heart of the city, the heart of the people.